Have you ever said this? Have you ever thought it? That, you know what, I've really transformed my body, my life, and people are asking me for help. I just want to help other people do it. What do I do next? I get this question a lot. A lot of people are reaching out to me because obviously I talk about fitness a lot. I've been in the group fitness and personal training, all of that space for over 26 years, that a lot of times people will come to me and want to know, what do I do next? What is the next step to do this? I've transformed my life. People are coming up to me asking for help. How do I help them? I'm going to give you 5 ways to consider doing that so that you can actually take that step and do that for other people. Share what you've learned. So my name is Christine and I've been a fitness instructor for over 26 years. And throughout the course of being a fitness instructor, I've done everything from in-home personal training in the gym, managing a small gym, as well as being a presenter, certifying people, presenting at the major conferences, so many different things. But that's not where I sit now. I mostly sit as an entrepreneur, helping people in a health and fitness online, predominantly helping people, coaching them with their goals, but also developing those who want to build a business out of it. So this is my wheelhouse, and I want to help you guys see kind of the path with it. Sometimes we don't know what we don't know, and we might have this great idea on, I want to do that, but we really don't know what that means. And when you actually get in that motion to go forward, you're like, eeks, I didn't know I was going to be stuck, or I didn't know that this wasn't the outcome. Like, for instance, let me give you this. A lot of times people think that the fitness presenters, the ones that do the certifications, like, they get a lot of attention. It's a big attractive thing to want to become a master trainer, a fitness conference presenter. But guess what? There's no money in it at all. You're basically working your butt off for the love and the passion of it and the mission of what you're doing. I know that's what I did it for. When I used to work for Shalene Johnson's company, Powder Blue Productions, that's the reason why I worked so hard. And that's why when I was joining in the business that I'm in now in health and fitness, aligned up with a major company, my husband wanted nothing to do with it because he just saw all the years of me trying to get more involved in fitness as a job and making no money for it and just giving so much of my time. So I want to go through these 5 little things that you might want to consider so that you can see what path you're going to go. But I'm getting a lot of people who have that story. They've found their ways with their health and fitness, changed a lot of their habits and their lifestyle. They've transformed themselves, that people start coming up to them, asking them for help, which then, ding, brings up an idea for them that I love this. I love that I now can be an inspiration and motivation and support system for other people, and I totally will help them and share my ways of how did I do it. That is usually the question a lot of people get asked when they finally have transformed themselves and it's stuck. A lot of people come up and go, what did you do? What workout did you do? What were you eating? Everyone wants to know, what did you do? We know what they did, right? We know what they did. We know that they followed a consistent exercise program that involved cardio, weight training, and stretching and other aspects. And then they followed a consistent healthy nutrition program. And they did that for a long time. And then when you're consistent with it, things work. So there's more obviously to it, but that's basically in general. There's no quick fix and there's no shortcut to any of it. We know that when it comes to business, like if you want to be successful in your own home business, there's no shortcut to that either. It's the same thing as when you want to transform your body, which I've had to do multiple times, too strongly after 2 C-sections. There's no shortcut to it. It sucks. I really didn't want to do it. I didn't want to work out today. I really didn't want to do it. But I know that if I keep saying and making excuses, that compound effect, Darren Hardy, is going to take over and I'm just going to be regressing. And the same thing happens with business. So what are the options? What can someone do to be able to help people? This is one way that I answered it. So I asked the girl who said, I just lost weight. I want to help people. I asked her back, what do you see yourself doing? First of all, you need to have a clear understanding of that. What do you picture yourself doing every day? Do you picture yourself physically going to a gym and training? Do you picture yourself, helping people virtually? Do you picture yourself loading up your car and driving house to house to house and helping people? Do you picture yourself going to the school and doing after school? What do you picture yourself doing? Get a clear understanding of that. What do you want to feel? How much time do you want to give? And where does your physical body want to be? Okay, that's a big question to answer. Where is your physical body going to be while you're doing what you say you want to do? That's the first question. The other question is, in what scope do you want to help people achieve their goals? And how much of an impact do you want to make? And the reason why that's an important question as well is because the scope of how you're going to touch people's lives to be able to help them move their journey and change their lifestyle and their habits, because there's no magical workout, there's no magical shake, there's no magical pill, there's no magical wrap. You can sell people those products all day long. I can easily sell you right now the brand new workout that just got released and the brand new shake that just got released. I can sell that for you, but it's not going to make you change your body. It's not, because the product itself is not the problem. The workout, it's not the problem, it's your head. And you know that really is going to be changed when you are in the right mindset and you are actually lined up with the right person sometimes and in the right state of your life. That is what's going to change you. So, what scope do you want to help someone? And what capacity? How much do you want to make an impact for people? This is an important question because of this reason right here. Just a quick example, I'm a group fitness instructor. As I said, I've been teaching group fitness for over 26 years, and I never had to pay for a gym membership, ever. I kind of like that. I've never had to pay for a gym membership, because when you teach group fitness, normally you get a free gym membership. So I've never had to do that. So realistically, even before I became a presenter for Chalene Johnson, that was 9 years of me teaching group fitness in upstate New York through the different gyms there. Really, my only real ability to impact people were the ones that decided that they wanted to take my class. So my ability to impact people that were out on the treadmills, it really wasn't that, because they didn't like my cardio blast class that I was teaching at Gold's Gym in Syracuse, New York. That step class I was teaching, it wasn't for them. I could only really impact the people who liked me, who wanted to take that class over and over and over again. Because I'm not going to really impact someone's journey if they take my class one time, don't like it, don't like me, and then they're gone. They're going to basically badmouth me. Word of mouth marketing is going to be bad for me. So that's kind of the scope you have to think about, is how big do you want to impact people, and what's your limiting factor. So back in those days, there wasn't any real internet. I mean, there was, but the social media wasn't what it is today. But if we look at the trends now, and this is where your scope sometimes could be limited because you just don't know, because you don't know what you don't know. And that's why I want to help you answer any of those questions. But your scope might be limited, which honestly, I see this a lot because we don't know any different, because the fitness industry has drilled in our brains that when you want to get more involved in fitness, the path is to get certified to teach some live class or another, or to get certified to become a personal trainer. That is the path that we are brainwashed to thinking that that is the way to be able to help people in their health and fitness journey. Or go get certified, licensed, accredited for being a professional life and health coach. And then now you have a business that you can actually put your certificate on the wall and start, charging people for that. Or nutrition degree, whatever that is. But that's usually the direction that we think. But that's not the only opportunity for you to be able to impact people's lives. And our scope, again, is so narrowed. And this is why even old fuddy-duddy fitness people like myself have to be flexible. You have to understand that times are changing. And there are plenty of old fuddy-duddy fitness professionals who are dead set against anything online, who are dead set against doing a home workout video, that the only way to get a great workout is to actually join a gym and pay a personal trainer. That is a mindset where there are people who will not believe there's any other way. And that's fine. You believe what you want to believe, but you are limiting your scope and your ability to impact people's lives so much. Times are changing. Times are changing. And if you're not going to change with the times, then you're going to be left behind. Period. Here's the fact now. People are consuming their fitness and nutrition needs all on their phone. They are downloading apps to get what they need from the app. The nutrition program, follow this workout program. There's workout programs that people could just plug right into on apps. And then online, on demand, there's tons of suites and programs. I mean, I know Bob Harper has Daily Burn, then you got the Body Rock Girl, and then you got Beachbody on Demand, and you've got many other resources where people are selling online portals for your nutrition and your workout needs. So I can now get all of my nutrition and workout needs by an app, maybe even a free one, or I could just go online and get a bunch of that there. I can go on YouTube and just randomly search anyone that looks like a fit person and start following their stuff and believe that that is going to help me get to my goals. Or maybe I'm on Pinterest and I see this girl who has abs and claims that her little Pinterest picture of these 5 butt exercises are going to make your butt amazing if you do them every day. So I will believe that. That's what people are consuming. They're consuming visually what they're finding online and on their phone. And the amount of times that people are thinking that they need to go to the gym and pay a gym membership and pay for a personal trainer, that's not the first thought anymore. The first thought is, what can I find for free? What can I find for free? And where do they go? Online. So if you're not thinking in that direction, then you're going to be left behind. And that's okay. You can still keep doing what you want to do, but your scope and the amount of people that you can impact is going to be smaller. And you just have to be okay with that. Let's go into 5 things that you consider. So again, going back to the original question and something to consider, I've transformed my body. I really want to help other people. I just don't know what the next step is. Here's one step that you could take. Yes, you can now become a certified instructor or trainer and go physically give of yourself in person to people, whether that's going to be the boot camps that you're doing out in a field or at the gym, teaching in all 4 walls like I do tomorrow morning. I'm going to do a dance class, or you could do personal training, get certified personal training, and you could do group personal training or one by one person doing it. But the challenge again is that sure, you are impacting people's lives, but you're limiting yourself to where you live and where you're physically putting your body. So where you're physically putting your body is where you can now touch someone and impact them, because that's what the focus is. And to be truthful and honest, that has been my life prior to doing what I'm doing now for the past 9 years. You give for not much at all. Tonight, I have to spend hours creating a dance routine that I'm going to teach tomorrow morning. I have to pay to download the song, and putting that work all in, I don't get paid for. I only physically get paid for the time that I'm there. So realistically, when you're thinking group fitness, you only really should do it because you love it and you're actually going to be paying to do it. Sure, you'll get a gym membership possibly out of it, but you really do lose money for the time and investment for group fitness specifically. But personal training, kind of the same thing, because a lot of the times when you are personal training someone, if you are working for a facility, a lot of the times they'll take at least 50% of the fee that you're charging the person. So say for instance, you have someone you're personal training and you charge them $40 for the session. On average, the gym or the health club will usually take about 50% of that fee. So now you're down to $20. But you made $20 for an hour training that one person, but does that count the amount of time that you focused on putting together a plan for that person? Because you can't just set one plan and have everybody do it. It has to be specific for each person, so you're meeting their goals, so that then they'll re-sign back up with you again, or they'll tell someone about you. That's the other challenge. So your money, your livelihood, if you're gonna be doing this for money, that's the difference. If you want to do this for any sort of money, your livelihood is in the person getting results, liking you, and seeing value that you're worth it, and that you're not a luxury item that they now would say, oh, the holidays are coming up, I just can't renew my personal training with you right now, I gotta buy all these gifts, because that happens. Or when you wake your butt up at 4:30 in the morning because you have them scheduled at the gym at 5:30, 6 a.m. to train them. And then as you just walk in the gym, you get a text message saying, sorry, I'm not going to make it that day. That's a loss of money. So those are the things that you have to think about when you are going to be taking that direction in group fitness and personal training. But it is a very fulfilling career for your mind and your heart and yourself, connecting with other people and helping them achieve success. It just really requires a ton of time and obligation for not much money at all. So the second thing that you could consider doing to be able to kind of impact more people, because you really want to help other people, is to create an online support community. This is something that you can do and still have a full-time job running around. And this is kind of what I was doing when I was working in medical sales and applications for x-ray equipment. I was a group fitness instructor, but I traveled the world all the time every week doing sales and applications for x-ray equipment. So what I ended up doing was really trying to build more connection with people online. And at that time, it was MySpace was a lot of the time, but a blog and YouTube. But what you can do is you can create these little subcultures and create Facebook groups where you're gathering people together, where you just, out of the goodness of your heart, want to put them in there because you want to help them achieve change in their life. And since you're not that professional, the majority of your content is going to be up to you to go research and find. And if you're passing it on, hopefully it's something that you believe in. So what you're going to be using is OPP. OPP, naughty by natures, not naughty by natures, but OPP, other people's property. So you're going to go to Oxygen magazine and find an article that you agree with and that you'll put your stamp of approval on, take that link and then forward it over to your group to follow. So you're basically going to be kind of the messenger of information. You're going to be the gatherer, the researcher, and the one that's going to be putting it all together. And if you start to kind of get more experienced in it, you can organize, ideas of direction that they could take for nutrition, ideas of direction they could take for workouts. But truthfully and honestly, if you're not really certified, accredited, or have a degree or whatever in that world, it's a scary place to be a person that's saying what someone should and shouldn't do in their meal planning. Just because it worked for you doesn't mean it's going to work for them, because we're all completely different. I'm 44 years old, I've had 2 kids, and I've been athletic my entire life. Someone else who might be 44 years old, they may have 6 kids, and they're just starting working out for the first time in their life, is going to be in a completely different plan than I would be, because we're totally 2 different types of people, no matter that we both have kids and we're 44 years old. So that's something to consider. What that does, though, is it doesn't make you any money, because where are you going to be getting money? You're basically just being a messenger, passing things on. So that is a feel-good, time-consuming, but a way to help and support people. So then the third option that you can kind of consider and move into is still creating an online space and community and tribe of people. But the difference would be is that then you are the person that would have to create all of the content. So this one is probably the most popular one of people that I get coming to me, because obviously I've had the path and the career of moving throughout the fitness industry and achieving everything I wanted to achieve in the fitness industry. And there's a lot of people that will come to me that want to become fitness famous. So what fitness famous means is they want to either have their own workout program. They want to be discovered by those big video health and fitness companies that will then make them a famous fitness celebrity. They want to be the one presenting at the fitness conferences that everyone, tramples over each other for. They want to have their own infomercial, or they want to be the star. And this one is probably the most popular one of people that come to me that really want to take that action. I'm not going to say don't do any of these. Again, it's just a matter of you don't know what you don't know, because you haven't gone that path, or you haven't aligned yourself up with someone that can really tell it to you straight. This is a very hard path. I'm not going to say don't do it. I've known plenty of people to do it and who have now just kicked it to the curb, because it requires a ton of time. So if you think you're busy now, Add this in. It's going to be so much time. It's going to be so much money as well, because you have to really now invest. If you want to be the brand, the one that people are going to be buying specifically, you need to really invest a ton of money to making sure that your materials are super high quality. And that means marketing. And that also means if you don't have a huge following, if you don't already have a tribe of people, if you don't already understand how to use social media to your advantage, to market, to build a connection with people, if you aren't really someone that is in a huge demand, it's going to take years before you're actually going to see any return on all that investment that you're putting in the front end. So again, I'm not saying don't do it, because obviously if that's your dream, that is your dream. That was my dream way back in my 20s, to have my own workout video line. And you know what I did back then? I videotaped on VHS in the gym, in Gold's Gym in Syracuse, New York, and I created my own business online. 1994 was my very first time going online, and that was when the internet was really becoming popular. And at the hospital, the IT guy created a one-page website for me, and I called it Total Movement. And what I ended up doing was filming my own workout videos, and I then would VHS to VHS dub them, and I would then print out a picture and make my own cover jackets and sell them online. And I did. I was shocked when someone actually bought one. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so embarrassed. They're going to have one of these videos and be like, this sucks. But that's how I wanted to become fitness famous. But then, you know, I think you change once you kind of get more involved in things, and then you realize that that's not the course and direction that you really want to go. So I have no goal or direction to do that at all. I don't care at all about that stuff. But realistically, if that is your direction, that is a very, very long road that is not guaranteed, because there's a lot of people that want to be fitness famous, and I'm sure you have a lot of following in your pond, but this is a big pond. And especially, as I mentioned in the beginning, people can tune right out of you online and download another app if they're not smitten with you. And now your challenge is, are you someone that someone will be smitten with? Not everyone is going to be. And maybe the workout that you're doing is just not going to be a fit for a great range of people. And so if I was going to be working with you and that's all you had to offer was exactly what you are personally creating for me, I'm going to outgrow you. And I also want more variety. And that's why it's not a wrong thing or a bad thing, because obviously if that is your goal and direction, go for it. Just know the road. The road is not guaranteed, and it's a lot of time and a lot of money to be able to do that. And it's definitely going to be 5+ years. So if you're looking at a scope on if you're going to see any return on investments, it's at least 5 years on that, I would say. Unless you are already super proficient and have a huge following of hundreds of thousands of people already following you, then you have a leg to stand on. But it's possible. But I just want, people to really see realistic approaches also, because you still have a life that you're working on. The fourth thing that you can consider is affiliate marketing. So what affiliate marketing is you might see a lot of times, a lot of the famous people are doing what's called affiliate marketing. You see all the housewives promoting their clothing box or their eyewear or their teeth whitening or that shake that they're drinking or the tea that they're drinking. That's what affiliate marketing is. It's basically you sign up to promote some company's stuff, and when your followers buy it from your link, then you get a cut. So that's a way for you to be able to kind of be more involved in health and fitness and to be able to make some money by doing affiliate marketing. But realistically, the only way for you to be hugely successful doing that is, again, if you really have a great understanding of online marketing, you have a huge list and following, and a lot of people trust you. Here's the challenge part of it though. If you are constantly offering something new, especially if the products contradict each other, you're going to lose a lot of trust, and people are not going to buy and follow you for that reason, because then you're now just trying to make a buck and they can see through that. So that's why brand loyalty is so important, because of your following is going to trust what you're putting your stamp on, for what you trust and believe in. So that's that. And the fifth thing is what I'm doing, and that is aligning yourself up with a network marketing company. And I chose one that offers health, fitness, workouts, nutrition, lifestyle, everything, all inclusive, just because for me, that matches my goals. And I know for helping people for so many years that, again, I'm not going to be able to sell them a magic pill and believe that that person's going to continue to take that magic pill 20 years from now as part of their lifestyle. What my goal is always to align people up with things that are not a quick fix and not that short term, but that is going to be realistic for the long haul. And I'm very honest, and just to give you a quick example, one of the people that are working with me in my fitness training group, I have a fitness training group. You can go to fitnessonfleek.com if you want information about it. But we're going to be starting a 3-week challenge starting on Monday, where we're going to be checking in. We're all going to be really focusing on our workout program and our nutrition. And there's a piece of equipment that is optional for one of the workout programs that we're going to be using. And one of the girls asked, do I need to get this extra piece of equipment? And I said, let me look. So I looked at the equipment, I looked at the price, and it's a $20 item. And I told them, I said, honestly, I don't think it's necessary for you to get it right now, because we're just going to be following this program for the first time. And I can't give you an account of, is it critical for you to have this right now? So my suggestion is just go through it for the beginning. And if you feel that this is something that you need, then go get it. But I don't want people to spend money just to spend money, because then I can make commission. Because if that was what I was doing, I would not have people who want to work with me, because that is not my agenda. So I actually advise them not to buy that item. So I'm not making the commission on that, and I'm totally okay. And I actually gave them a suggestion of what they could use instead during the meantime to be able to see if this is something that is necessary for the results of their program. With network marketing, one thing to consider with that though is there is, of course, going to be an option for you to choose multiple different ones. I always suggest that you choose one that you see as your lifestyle, that's going to be there for longevity, that you believe in, that you feel comfortable putting your stamp of approval on. And the other side is you want to make sure that you are choosing the right person to align yourself up with, so that you are taking the steps and the pace that you need to be able to grow like you want to grow. And to give you an example, sometimes you may join a company and you're aligned up with a sponsor or a mentor that is supposed to guide you, and they're going to push you so that they then could see the fruit of your labor. And that's really important to make sure that you know, is that when you are joining, that you are establishing the pace on what you want to go forward with, because you still have life, the goal of where you want to go, and how you're going to communicate with the person. What can you expect, basically? Have a great understanding of that up front. There may be people that will, bring you on, but then you don't talk to them until you've actually achieved a certain level within the company. Then they'll start talking to you. There could be those people. So again, make sure that you know when you are deciding to join, so that you are deciding that this is going to be something that I'm going to be able to be successful with. And that, I think, is really important. And the other parts of it is the good parts of it. So let me just tell you the good parts about it is, if you're choosing a company, a network marketing company like the one that I'm in, it's already a household name. So I don't need to educate people on the product or even the reason why they might need something. You will want to help support people by giving them the tools that they would need to be successful. Just like I gave as that example, don't sell something just to sell something. You want to make sure that people are choosing the right solution so that they're going to move forward. And sometimes it's not the Mac Daddy package. Sometimes that person just needs a little bit of an entry point so that they see success and they want to get more involved and stick with it. And then they'll open their eyes to more opportunity. It could even be that. But here's the best part is, when you're joining a company that is your backbone, they're not you, first of all. And I know for my company, many times people who are in the fitness industry won't do it because they think that they'll be a sellout, or they just don't want to be a salesperson for that company. Well, I'm sorry. I was recommending tons of protein powders and bars to those famous vitamin shops in the mall, and they were making all the money off of it. So as a fitness professional, it is wise, because you're constantly recommending anyway for people to get tools and stuff that they need. So if you've already have experience and know that you have something that you can offer out of your back pocket, that's a way to go about it. But it's a backbone, it's a foundation, it's a vehicle, but you still are you. You're still going to support people by what you want to support people with, not because that product is a new product and everyone now should get it. Not everyone should get it. You still be you. You still run how you want to be, but now you just have resources. Remember what I talked about? If you wanted to be that famous person that created your own workout program, you only got you to offer someone. Well, I got me to offer someone, but I don't need to be the one spending up nights creating the content for that person, because there's proven multiple personalities, in a good way, multiple personalities of trainers that will fit every person's need, no matter who the person is and in what stage of life that they are. So that super deconditioned person to a super athlete has the ability to be supported. And it's my job to make sure that I'm helping support them to find the right things and to follow through and to see that there is possibility. The other side of it is for those who are really kind of business minded. If you see that you want to actually become more of an entrepreneur, a professional, the great thing about aligning up with a company is that you don't need to know any of that stuff going in. But if you align up with the right person, that person does help guide you with what do you need to know now and how to actually get yourself out there, developing a following, creating a social media space, what's most important, what steps are needed at the stage that you are now. One of the biggest mistakes a lot of entrepreneurs make is they are distracted by shiny things and they're constantly on all these podcasts and websites trying to figure out what should I do next, and this is the best thing to do and this is the best thing to do. The best thing to do is to do the very basics over and over again so that you have a foundation, so that you don't have to think about that anymore. It's just part of your normal day, that then when you start having success and people coming in and you feel confident and experienced and don't even have to think about that anymore, that's then when you can add on something else to make yourself grow bigger and attract more people and really take yourself into a bigger scope. But you don't want to attract a ton of people to you if you don't have the ability to effectively support someone. So for instance, if you just start in a business and you have no idea how to effectively organize people, get them to the next step, or motivate them, you're going to lose people so fast because you weren't ready yet. So you got to be ready yet, support and get the expertise, the credibility, levels of success, so that when you're there, then you'll show. It'll show. You and your mentor, it will show. And then we'll be like, you can now move up. That's basically it. You just have to move up where you are, but you got to be successful where you are. All of those things are going to be time. All of it's time. I'm not saying that the one that I'm doing, network marketing and as being a coach, is easy. It's not. It's definitely going to be time. Just like I said in the very beginning of this, you can't just buy a workout program and it's now going to make you super fit. It's not. And it's just like you can't just join a health and fitness business and all of a sudden have tons of business rolling in your door. Both of them, you need to start and you need to do the basics. You need to learn how to squat effectively, and you need to know how to squat effectively in your business and do that really well. And that's when then it starts to build up. If you answer those questions, those 3 questions that I gave, what do you really see yourself doing? Like, where do you physically put yourself? What's your day look like? Second is, in what kind of capacity do you want to help people? What's the scope? And the impact is, how much of an impact do you want to impact people? Those 3 answers, if you can answer those, it's going to define which one out of the 5 ones that I gave you as an option is the direction to go. Now, realistically for me, I'm a mom of 2 kids. I did not want to constantly be getting up early or staying late at the gym and relying on people renewing contracts with me to be able to have a foundation for my income. And I definitely didn't want to work in the medical industry anymore, traveling all the time. I wanted to be home with my kids. And little did I know that the job that I was working full-time in fitness for fitness celebrity Chalene Johnson for her company, I thought I was good to go. I thought that I was there for life. Like, I finally made a full-time career in fitness, making a lesser amount of money than I was in medical, but that's okay. I'm at least in fitness doing something I love. Little did I know that that job I held that I thought was going to be there forever, that I've aligned myself up with the right people forever, was actually going to be sold and my job position no longer being there at all. So If I didn't decide to do coaching, online coaching predominantly, then I would be right back to traveling every week in medical sales and applications for x-ray, and I would not be home with my kids. So these decisions and the people that are put into your life are put into your life for a reason. Obviously, I know it's God's plan, and Shalene always sees what I don't know well before, but I didn't know that she was planning to sell her company 2 years prior to her actually selling it. So I didn't know that 2 years prior to her selling the company and her telling me, you should quit your full-time position with us. And I fought her on that because I didn't know what she meant by it. But she knew that she was trying to kind of move me on, buttercup or whatever it is, move me on to the next stage. And thankfully that was right at the timing that coaching opportunity was available. And I said yes, back in May of 2008. 9 years later now, my life is completely in my control, my freedom. I can completely do as I want or don't want, including my husband. And we're present with our kids. And summertime has been painful because now they think that mom and dad only work all the time, but they don't know that we only work when they're in school. But now that they're not in school, they actually see us working at home. But our kids don't know that. They go on many vacations and we spend a lot of family time together because that is important to me. And this decision would have not been if I didn't decide to do something outside of the box, different than what I thought was traditional for the fitness industry. The other side is if you do want to ask me a question and kind of see what being a coach with a major health and fitness company that already has a household name, that you don't need to educate people on what you're doing, then reach out to me. You can click on the message button up here or just go to thecoachedge.com, thecoachedge.com, and you can just watch information all about it. You don't need to put your email in or anything. It's all right there. My story is there, how I did it, and how you make money, all of that stuff. But I would love to hear from you first, so feel free to message me. All right, guys, thanks again for checking in, and feel free to click on share if this was something that you feel someone needs to hear.